And we have one of the best follows on Twitter pointing something out about Caitlin Clark and her physique. Because, yeah, it does look noticeably different than it did last season. And one only has to wonder, hey, did Caitlin Clark say, hold on, we're not doing as many weights this offseason as we did last year? I did a video a while back where Steph Curry was talking about the great Don Nelson, who's a really great NBA basketball coach, telling Steph Curry.
The murmurs began a few days ago. Caitlin Clark has a very different body type. A drastic change in her training schedule, which many believe was a last-ditch effort to prevent what some thought would be an unavoidable reprise of the physical toll suffered during the previous season. This goes beyond simply modifying an exercise regimen. It's a calculated, almost frantic move to make sure she remains dominant and healthy on the court. These significant changes are crucial to her long-term professional commitment, particularly following a difficult rookie campaign. Could this well-thought-out action be the last line of defense against giving in to the demanding physical demands of professional basketball, putting an end to worries about her stamina and durability?
About the great Don Nelson, who's a really great NBA basketball coach, telling Steph Curry he was chewing out the training staff because he caught Steph Curry very early on lifting weights. And Don Nelson was like, nah, don't do that. You'll mess up his three-point shot. All right? I heard that a lot growing up. I did. Heard it with pitching is where I had a buddy growing up. He played some low-level professional baseball. His dad never would let.
The details are striking. Clark's powerful legs are still strong, but her upper torso appears much thinner. This isn't an accident, now. It's a conscious decision that clearly deviates from her prior emphasis on weightlifting. The objective is to lose any weight that could impair her signature range, agility, or, most importantly, cause accumulated stress that could result in another physical setback. This goes beyond aesthetics. Risking criticism for the sake of perseverance. It's a high-stakes wager on what actually maximizes her distinct playing style against the brutal grind of professional and international competition.
Kid you not. So, let's go with Caitlin Clark making these comments about joining USA Basketball.
When you're at the U16 team, I remember they always talk about the senior national team, and obviously that's every young girl's dream when you're on those teams. And they talk a lot about that team, and only like one or two of us was ever probably going to be able to get a call up to be on the team, or let alone be able to get a call up to come and be a part of the camp and be around the tremendous players that they have had on their teams over the course of the many years and the many gold medals that they've won. And so I think for myself, like, that's kind of what you start thinking about, is like how long I've kind of been involved in USA basketball.
This unorthodox strategy is reminiscent of a well-known NBA cautionary tale. Renowned basketball coach Don Nelson famously chastised his conditioning staff for permitting Steph Curry to carry weights at an early stage of his career. Nelson expressed a clear concern that Curry's unmatched three-point shooting will be negatively impacted by gaining more muscle. In the world of strength-focused sports today, it seems illogical. However, the highest levels of athletic wisdom share this deep-seated concern about maintaining natural mechanics, which raises the possibility that Clark's choice stems from a comparable, fundamental grasp of her trade.
Okay, so she talks about the fact she's actually been cut prior, when being around this team, trying to go for it previously, and we've well chronicled how big of a joke it was on the Olympic squad for Team USA. And, it was such a huge miss for trying to grow women's basketball. So let's start here. Looks like Caitlin Clark told her training staff, quote, "No, thank you. I'm going back to how I was my rookie year when I..."
Nelson's reasoning for Curry was straightforward. He is exceptional because of his special ability to protect the shot. This way of thinking, which values grace and organic movement over physical prowess, is highly relevant to Caitlin Clark's style of play. Her superpowers are her unparalleled range and rapid release. Any physical alteration that might jeopardize that, even one that seems advantageous, like gaining more muscle mass, could be dangerous. Her current physique indicates that she or her new team believes that reducing her upper body weight is essential to preserving her unmatched accuracy and preventing the systemic fatigue that afflicted her.
For trying to grow women's basketball. So let's start here. Looks like Caitlin Clark told her training staff, quote, "No thank you. I'm going back to how I was my rookie year when I was a top 3 player as a rookie and didn't miss a game." I mean, you look at this, it looks like Caitlin Clark's still pretty thick in her legs, but she looks, somebody pointed out, well, she's not flexing. No, she looks considerably smaller in her upper body, I think.
This phenomena is not exclusive to the NBA. A terrifying parallel from baseball is revealed in the original material. A low-level professional pitcher's father forbade him from lifting weights because he thought it would disrupt his pitching motion. A common motif in all sports is the commitment to maintaining particular, extremely precise athletic movements, even at the sacrifice of generalized strength. It highlights the tremendous strain athletes like Clark have to safeguard their special talents. So her present physical change is more about maintaining the integrity of her explosive yet delicate mechanics than it is about traditional strength.
So let's go right here. Somebody pointed this out, and I thought it was pretty cool. Caitlin Clark, Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, one could argue, arguably the greatest athlete in the history of sports. Obviously, Tom Brady, Muhammad Ali would have something to say about that, but certainly in the game of basketball, he is the greatest of all time. How about this? Yeah, wow. Guys, I remember that original Dream Team. It was...
Clark's shift is not a singular occurrence. In terms of athlete development, it's a return to a certain, nearly antiquated school of thought. In essence, she's saying thank you to a particular kind of contemporary training program that could put mass over accuracy. She is opting to return to my rookie year. She specifically claims that during that time, she was among the top 3 players and, importantly, didn't miss a game. It has nothing to do with weakness, that it's about making a deliberate return to a formula that worked well in terms of performance and, more crucially, regular availability on the court.
At times just did not look happy. Even when she was playing, she looks much more stress-free. She kind of looks like she's got this massive weight lifted off her back, to be quite honest with you. More footage. Man, that was from a long way off, but nonetheless, I figured I'd show it to you guys anyway.
These physical decisions are made much more intense by her previous remarks of playing basketball for the USA. Recalling the U16 team's conversations about the senior national team and every young girl's desire, Clark talks about her path with great pride. This isn't your typical camp. It is the result of a lifetime ambition and evidence of her unwavering dedication to joining this exclusive group. Every choice she makes about her body is crucial because wearing those 3 letters necessitates the highest level of performance and, crucially, an unwavering physical presence.
That's come out, and I've shown almost all of it to you guys over the last 3 days. I cannot imagine a world where she is left off USA basketball. I just can't imagine. And we got to remember, by the time we get to the start of the WNBA season, if there is one, we'll only be a year away from the 2028 Olympics. It's pretty wild to think about. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
There is no denying the high emotional stakes, particularly in light of her disclosure that she has previously been cut from USA basketball teams. For her, this is nothing new. Having experienced the pain of missing out on the roster, she is aware of the fierce competition and the necessity of being absolutely prepared. Because of her history of being cut, she is under more pressure to perform at her peak physically in order to secure her spot on the national stage and make sure that any remaining health problems won't be used as a reason for another devastating exclusion. Gap between paragraphs. The public outcry over her recent Olympic snub, which is largely regarded as a major setback for the development of women's basketball, coincides with her personal history of being cut. The widespread disappointment was overwhelming. As a news cycle kicks off, attention on her physical condition and performance for USA basketball is more intense than ever. Her deliberate changes to her fitness aren't solely about personal health. They respond to previous criticisms and send a clear message that she is leaving nothing to chance in her pursuit of national team success. Focused on eliminating any potential weaknesses, the enormous expectations are underscored by a bold comparison. Caitlin Clark and Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest athletes in sports history. This isn't an exaggeration. It reflects the transformative impact Clark has on her sport. Such parallels require not only extraordinary skill, but also near superhuman physical and mental fortitude. Her calculated adjustments to her body highlight her awareness of the significant legacy she is shaping and the essential need to preserve her physique as a vital asset. The legendary Dream Team comes to mind, evoking memories of the all-time inspiring star power of Magic, Larry, Michael, and Shaq sets an almost unreachable standard for both collective talent and individual influence. For Clark to even be mentioned alongside such legends, as a potential cornerstone of a future USA basketball team, she must uphold an exceptional level of physical fitness and consistent availability. The legacy of that original team's dominance only intensifies the expectation for Clark to protect her body in pursuit of similar historic accomplishments. Recent practice footage provides a compelling look at her current condition. The tension that occasionally marked her previous season, even during strong performances, seems absent. Instead, Clark now exudes a stress-free, joyful presence on the court. This significant mental shift, a noticeable lightness, appears closely tied to her physical improvements, suggesting that by fine-tuning her body, she has also freed her mind, allowing her to play with renewed enjoyment and liberation, an essential. This mental ease is a crucial factor for maintaining peak performance. It seems as though a tremendous burden has been lifted from her shoulders. This psychological relief goes beyond emotions. It significantly affects physical output. When an athlete experiences mental lightness, their movements often become more fluid, muscle tension decreases, and recovery improves. The evident joy and calmness during practice may be the clearest sign that her deliberate choice to adjust her training and physique is yielding results, equipping her with the mental strength required to handle the constant scrutiny and physical challenges she faces daily. The practice footage continues, highlighting her exceptional talent, pinpoint passes, and long-range shots from impressive distances. Her skills are undiminished, if anything, enhanced. The lingering question is whether this apparent ease and newfound fluidity on the court is a direct outcome of her updated physical regimen.